I want to clear this up. Everybody think you can eat whatever you want because of this verse. But this verse ain't talking about eating. Acts chapter 10, this is talking about how Yahusha came for all humanity, not just the Hebrews. And that's what verse 10, this is what Acts chapter 10 is talking about. It's talking about how Yahusha is for everybody. And Yahuwah gave this realization to Kepha, who was Peter. So it opens up talking about Cornelius. Look, verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. So verse 2, a devout man and one that feared Elohim with all his house, which gave many alms to the people and prayed to Elohim always. So I'm going to skip down. Yahuwah is going to send Peter to him. But Peter thought you had to be Hebrew in order to be accepted by Yahuwah, in order to participate and have the blessings of Yahusha. He thought you had to be circumcised and do everything that the Hebrews did. But Yahuwah is giving them the realization right here that that's not the case. Acts chapter 10, verse 11. And saw the heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Kepha, kill and eat. But Kepha said, Not so, Adonai, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spoke unto him again the second time, What Elohim has cleansed, that call not common. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now while Kepha doubted in himself what his vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men who were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Shimon's house, and stood before the gate. So Yahuwah wanted Kepha, who was Peter, to go to Cornelius' house so that he can receive the Ruach HaKodesh, and so that he could be baptized and be brought into the kingdom properly, because he was a true believer, and he was praying and he was fasting for this, and Yahuwah answered his prayers. And by answering his prayers, Kepha, he was sending Kepha to him. And he wasn't talking about, Yahuwah didn't give him this vision about eating. And that's what a lot of Christians, and they try to use that excuse, I can eat whatever you want. And they use this verse here for that. But he's not talking about eating. And if you just drop down to verse 28, he clearly gives he clearly says what the interpretation of his vision was. So let's jump down to 28. Acts chapter 10, verse 28. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Yahudi to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But Elohim has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. See, he clearly gave the interpretation of his vision right there, what Elohim showed him. What he showed him was all diverse, all manner of beasts, four-footed beasts, animals, creeping thing, everything on the earth. That was a symbolism. It wasn't a literal. It was a symbolism of that everything on the earth, that Yahusha came for everybody on the earth, no matter what they look like. He came that we all might be saved by him. Everybody, all humanity. Yahuwah chose to use that symbolism to show Kepha. And he wasn't talking about eating. And that's what Kepha said here. Elohim has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. So if that vision was about eating anything you want, he would have said, Yahuwah had showed, but Elohim had showed me that I can eat anything I want. Pork and everything that he said don't eat in the Old Testament. That's not what he said. He said that you should not call any man common or unclean. He's talking about men. He's talking about humanity. Everybody can be saved by Yahusha. That's what the meaning of the vision was. The meaning of the vision was not about eating. So stop using that verse as an excuse to eat pork and eat all the bad stuff that Yahuwah told us not to eat.